This is my Voigtlander Prominent, which was made between 1952 and 1958. I'm not sure what the date this is. It's either the beginning or the middle of when they were making them, because there was a lever advance towards the end of the production. But mine's in pretty good shape, and it really is a beautiful camera. I actually have two lenses and a viewfinder in their original little leather cases, and I have the original leather case for the camera, but I'll show it and show you everything I have. So this is the camera. It's very heavy. This thing has to be I'd have to guess it's 3 pounds or so. So we have a lens here. This is the Scoperon 3.5-35, and it has like a little locking mechanism on there where you would turn it off. There's a self timer, the shutter button, and this is a rangefinder. So you're going to have to line up the prism, the glass and the prism and all. And there's the back of it, Voigtlander. It's all in. This is leather. There's the viewfinder. There's the reverse button when you rewind your film, and there's the button with the shutter release. And here's on this side here. This dial is where you will sort of focus. And you can see this part move. Cut the light down. The rewind thing, there's this little mechanism that flips this little metal piece up. Very nice. And so you rewind your film like that. It even shows you which way to rewind when you forget, which is this way. And of course you can, once you release it, you can pull it up. And when it's locked, there's no way to pull it up. This is the film advance. So you notice this piece goes back and forth, and then there. On the actual shiny part of the lens is where you control your aperture with the front ring here. And then you control this ring kind of moves freely. I believe it's probably something's happened to it. It says feet and it just moves around and around, so I believe this part is broke. If you want to move the speed for the shutter, you move this ring here. So there's bulb mode, and then so if we want a nice fast shutter which goes up to 500, this one goes up. There must be a release for moving it further, but this one it's going up to past 2. There it goes, 500. So now when I wind the film, very fast, and I'll make it very slow. Let me move this here. Let's make it 1 second. Well, let's do bulb. Why not? Make sure bulb works. I have not taken pictures with this camera. Let's see if it actually worked. Let's run it again. This is the inside of the camera, a beautiful leaf shutter. It has been serviced, and it looks like it was last serviced in 1971. There's where you would load the film. This is 35mm. You can see it's rewinding this. And then, yeah, it looks like the bulb wasn't working for that. Let's try this. 1 second. That one did work. Seemed like it was longer than 1 second though. So how do you take off the lens? Well, there's a little latch here. Give it a twist. And it pulls out. And the lens actually pushes up against, there's like a little insert there. So this is the lens, and there's the little lever there. And so let's put on another lens. This is there's the Voigtlander lens cap. And there's a metal lens cap that goes on the back. And as always with these lenses are sort of self-contained. They have the aperture in there, and they have the beautiful, if you look inside of it, you see that, I mean, this one is from the 50s. It's beautiful. It clicks nicely. It's solid. So to put this in, you kind of stick it in there. Oh, well, let's look at on this outside. So here's the dial where it looks like I didn't know what I was doing when I turned it. So here, down here we have the same thing. This is a synchro compor, and let's see, for bulb, sometimes there's a release. So there's 500. We can actually manually click it. That cuts on the self-timer, which a lot of times in older cameras, it stops working. So I'm really... M is, I think X is for when you have a flash installed. I keep forgetting these things. These older cameras. Let's go ahead and install this lens. Stick it right on there. And you twist it until it, the lever kind of locks it in. And then if I look through it, turning the dial turns this sort of plate that kind of helps it go in focus. And then here's where we would set the aperture. Beautiful clicking. And here, this one does work. You can feel it actually, give, is where you can sort of do another focus. To kind of help you, like if your subject is 3 feet away, this one goes to infinity, 60 and to infinity. So that's replacing the lenses. You just pop them on, and they're the weirdest shape with this huge metal fin, that you stick on there and you twist. This one doesn't fit back in the case, so I need to take this one off. Give it a twist counterclockwise. It pops off. I'm going to put the lens back. So this one was the 4.5-100. The other one I have is in this lovely Voigtlander leather case with a blue sort of velour lining. This one is the Ultron 250. Just stick it in there. It has a little clasp. And I'll put the original one back on there. you never want to force these things. These things are, you don't want to scratch the metal, you don't want to mess things up. And it will fit on there. There. It just clipped right on there. Don't force it, just let it do its thing. And this one, turn it. You definitely don't want to be able to pull it off. There we go. And the little lever just went down by itself. It won't pull off, and it stays there. One of the other things I got is the, I think it's called the Turnit. And what this does is it fits on the shoe on the front, and it sort of is like a metering device. So you have multiple ways of playing with these. You can say which one you want. It moves it around. So this is 1 meter, 3 meters, infinity, and there's feet down below if you want to choose to do that. This kind of opens up and lets you see what's going on. On the front, this one, so 35 millimeter, you put that down. If you're doing 50 millimeter, you put that up so you see what you're actually framing. And it kind of fits on there. There's just this little mechanism that sort of helps you judge things. Kind of a neat little device. This is the Turnit 3, so this is the third model, and it's really well made. I mean, it has a nice weight to it. And I have it in this little package, this little thing. There we go, snug in there with a snap. And this is Voigtlander, this Voigtlander leather. Here's the original case. It says Voigtlander here. It's all leather. It has aluminum screw mount for the tripod, which of course can be fit on there. And the original strap is on here. It's not dry rotted. It even had a little sort of fat shoulder strap. The other thing I did not show you is the bottom of the camera. If you have film in there, you change that to red. So red, and there's white, and there's if you do black and white, like you have black and white film in there, which is what you would normally do with this camera. Black and white color didn't really, I don't think color existed then. I am anxious to take pictures with this because I do like rangefinders. Rangefinders are, I think they're really neat. I always worry about the older they get, it just seems that it clouds up a bit. It's difficult to make sure things are in focus properly. But some cameras you can have that cleaned. This one's in really good shape. But I do love this camera, even though it's heavy as a mess. Yeah. I don't know everything about this camera. It's just one of the ones I have. I got on eBay and it probably retailed. I probably got this one for less than $100, but with all the accessories, I did buy some of the accessories separate, like the Turnit and one lens. This package with the original case, you'd probably pay $300 to $500, depending on, if it's a good day or bad day. But it's a nice piece of German craftsmanship. It's beautiful. And Voigtlander is still in business. Probably not the same Voigtlander. But they still make regular cameras and lenses, film cameras. And I love their logo, that beautiful cursive. Anyway, thanks for watching.